Welcome, everybody. Joe with ECRM here, and I have with me today Todd Kite, who is the VP of Sales at Zott Organic. They were a participant at our recent Global Market Fall Experience. So we're going to talk a little bit about the company, its background, its products, as well as the experience he had participating in Global Market. So, Todd, thank you so much for joining us. And to start off, give us a little background on the company, its origin, what you guys sell.
Well, we started on May the 1st, 1998 as the original licorice company in the United States. We started selling organic, gluten-free, non-GMO, sugar-free licorice extract. The owner of my company, Marco, he sees the big picture. So we actually enhanced our line into going into licorice candies. After a couple of years, we moved into sesame candies, and now we have totally diversified into a juice-based, organic juice-based candy, hard candy, to fill a void that's in the market right now.
So take us through your product lineup now that you have, and where are you kind of distributing?
We're distributing all over the United States, Canada. We're looking to move into the global market. Right now we're distributing ourselves, but I am in conversation and negotiation with different distributors across the United States to get a bigger footprint, I should say, of where we are, and to move up to that next level.
One of the things that I've seen in my discussions with buyers throughout the year across categories is that consumers are far more focused on the ingredients that they're putting in and on their bodies. So
absolutely.
Are you seeing that as well?
I am. One thing about we'll just say on our hard candies that we had on with the platform, we have the cleanest hard candy in the industry. We use no processed sugar. It's all rice syrup, and we only use that as a binder. We use all natural, all organic flavorings from juices. And there's no GMOs, no gluten. It's vegan friendly. It's allergen friendly. So you don't have anything. There's no cross contamination in the manufacturing process that might set off somebody's allergies. So when you look at our product and you look at the ingredients, the average consumer can see the big difference is the cleanliness of the ingredients themselves. So, and we painstakingly made that for a reason, because I'm the only one in the world that's got it.
And are you messaging this to consumers on the packaging
absolutely.
And your merchandising and all that, emphasizing
absolutely. That? Absolutely. When I talk to your typical health food store, would you say? That's one of the questions I get asked most is, what are your ingredients? Because a lot of manufacturers like to hide in the big words, that, this is really a sugar and this and that and the other. I'm very upfront with this. Look at my packaging. Let me send it over. Let's look at it together. So let's go through ingredient, step by step, and let me show you that it is the cleanest candy out there.
And you're right. There's a million different ways of saying sugar without saying sugar. So you can get lost in all the verbiage. So that's great. So now the global market was your first experience with us. What led to your signing up for it?
Well, when we originally signed up with Range Me, it was something that we figured, okay, we can reach bigger buyers on a bigger platform, and let's see how it goes. And then the global market came about, and we looked at it. Marco and I were talking about it, and I got to tell you, Joe, to be honest with you, for the price point, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. So we said, okay, let's take this chance, see how many meetings we can get, and let's take off with it. And fortunately for us, it was quite the experience. I mean, we were very successful. Yeah.
Now you had the 6 or 7 meetings during, right?
Yeah, 6 meetings during, yeah.
6 meetings during, and then of those you mentioned. So when you said you picked them up, you already you're doing business with them, or you're in the process?
Yes.
So you're already doing business with them from the session, from the global market. That's awesome. And then the other ones are retailers or buyers that kind of looked at your profile and you kind of chased down.
That's what I found them. We've talked and we're still talking. I mean, some of them are big box stores. Some of them are a little too large for us to handle at this point. And, you know, to be honest with you, I would rather walk away from the table than to get a black mark on our reputation by not being able to supply somebody. You know, we are growing fast, and to be honest with you, we're having, and Marco and I talk about it all the time, we're having to hold the reins back to try not to grow too fast too soon. So, you know, we've set our target area, and we're doing very well in that target area with your mid-range grocery stores, convenience stores, health food stores. This product is a product that could be in every store in the United States. There's nobody, I don't care if you run a furniture store. It's an impulse buy item. You know, it's good. So put it in there.
Yep. I think that was what you said is really key. And it's a message that I mention to suppliers all the time. It's don't bite off more than you can chew. Make sure you're transparent about what your capabilities are, as well as what they are not.
That's right.
If you can't do 1,000 stores right now, let them know eventually you will be able to do 1,000 stores.
That's exactly right.
And they'll trust you.
We had the U.S. military get in touch with us. And do I want to get into the military market? Absolutely. But, you know, if you can't uphold their contractual agreement with 80% supply all the time, then you know what? You'll never do business with them again.
Yeah, so like you said, it's better to walk away from the table now, keep that relationship, and then when you're ready, you come back, you say, listen, we can go now, and then you have that trust there already because you were upfront with them to begin with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Now, what about the educational sessions? Did you check out some of those?
Kevin O'Leary, I learned more from Kevin O'Leary in an hour than I've learned in 20 years. You know, and one thing that really stood out with me when he was speaking was a company that is our size. As fast as we're growing, still stay away from the big box stores. They have a tendency, they can break you because of their contracts. You know, they've got a whole team of attorneys writing those contracts. And if you don't read them to all the fine print, you could be in big trouble. The other thing that he mentioned, because somebody had brought up the question about who he himself had invested in the past year on Shark Tank. And it's something that Marco and I had been talking about for a long time. And we've just taken care of that issue. You know, the sales cycle is a circle, and we were missing part of the circle, which was our social media. And Kevin said, look, I didn't invest in any company that didn't have a good social media plan. Because now, Joe, you know as well as I do, social media is driving sales. You've got a captive audience. I mean, good things are going to go, bad things are going to go. So, and it happens quick. So now we've set up a whole social media platform. We hired a girl. She's phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And we've set up a whole social media platform. We're on different platforms, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. As a matter of fact, my LinkedIn platform is getting built right now as we speak, to enhance and get the message out there. So that was my experience with the, you know,
that's great
educational process.
What about the platform itself? Actually, the meeting itself that you had and using the platform.
The platform was so easy to use. I mean, you just had to be there, had to make sure your cameras worked. You know, you test it all out through your system, and then we sat down and it's just like me talking to you. All the buyers, they were genuinely nice. They were pleasant, you know, and they didn't hem-haw around. You know, you have to excuse my southernness, but you know, hey,
I'm a New Yorker here. I understand.
I hear you, brother. They wanted to know numbers. You know, I did a little background on our industry and let them know about what happened during COVID and how we were leading the way in our industry to fill a void, fill that gap that is right now about a 30% gap in the candy industry. with our organic candy because people are looking for something that has less sugar, has less calories. Our candy's got less than 5 calories per piece. And they were appreciative of that. And then we started talking about real numbers and what I can do for you, on an impulse buy level, and then we talked about, bigger order quantities and went right on down the line. But it went real smooth. I mean, 15-minute meeting, talking for 15 minutes is a long time.
Yep. It's focus time too. So that takes a lot out of you. And what about those meetings, right? The meetings that you're already doing business with them, the very successful meetings that you had. What do you think, in your opinion, was it about? What key factor in your presentation kind of made those meetings a success?
It was 2 things. Price was one. Actually, it was 3 things. It's price, ingredients, and getting across that you are the most important person in my life. I am here to do what you need me to do. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a consultant. And I pride myself in being a consultant. So whatever your issue is, let me know, because I network everywhere. When I take on a client, Joe, you might be up in New York and having a problem selling ABC product. I've got a client in California, which I've done many, many times, that's selling it off the shelf. I'll pick up the phone and call that client, get back with you and say, hey, try this. If it works, it works. It's free. But that's the service side of what we offer. I'm not going to let you sit there and drown because you can't get something moved, because all that does is leave a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah. And it jeopardizes the future of our relationship. So
yeah, nobody wins that way. So
that's right.
Better to take a chance.
Those are the 3 points really that made it really successful.
Gotcha. And did you leave a lot of time for Q&A too? Just a discussion?
I did. In 15 minutes, it's talking really fast, and I'm from the South and I talk really slow. But yeah, I like to leave, my presentation lasted about 6.5 minutes. So that
lots of time for back and forth.
Right. So, and it was, directly answer any questions they had. Don't beat around the bush,
Great. So now the virtual in general. So, we'll step back a little bit higher level. How do you see virtual playing a role moving forward? I mean, we've been doing it for 18 months. We've been living the virtual world. A lot of people have adapted completely to it. Where do you see it going for your business and just the industry in general?
I see the virtual world as it's going to take over. It's going to be, it's the new telephone of the 21st and, of the new millennium. Zoom meetings are going to be easier. We're not going to have to get on an airplane and fly to Los Angeles and sit down with the president of XYZ company and, try to sign a contract. We're going to be able to meet together, hash out everything, 1-2 meetings. You don't have to have that expenditure, because that expenditure for a company like mine is a large expenditure.
Yeah.
So if I can sit here and talk to you about it and hash out everything, then you know what, then we can move forward that way. So it's going to be very helpful in the future. A platform like yours that hosts these kind of meetings is invaluable. It is very invaluable, at least it is to me.
Yeah, and we're seeing it on buyer side too, where on the buyer side, it's not so much saving money, it's all about saving time. So absolutely. They're able to get their work done in the morning. They have the meetings in the afternoon. They don't have the beginning and the end travel, and they're going to more. They're going like a buyer who would normally go to 2 or 3 of our sessions in a year is now going to 8 or 9 because it's not disruptive.
That's right. And you can pick and choose what sessions that you want to go to. What's pertinent to you.
Yep.
I did the circuit, the whole convention circuit and everything for a long time. Oh, it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of expense. And it's a shot in the dark. Should I go to this one? Should I go to this one? Should I go to this one? And you may or may not win. Yep. This gives me, one of my favorite saying is, for a long time, Henry Aaron from the Braves was the leading home run hitter in Major League Baseball, but he's also the strikeout king. So you got to get in there and swing the bat to have a better chance of hitting a home run. If I can do that online and I can talk to 100 people versus going and hopefully talking to 20 people at a convention or at a trade show or whatever the case may be, I've got a better chance of winning. And I'm sorry, second place is only the first loser, my friend. So.
Good point. Well, great. Well, thank you again. I wish you much more success going on, and congratulations on your success already. And hopefully we'll be seeing you at our future candy sessions.
Oh, you will. And thank you guys for putting it on. I really appreciate y'all.
We're glad to have you guys. So thank you.
All right.